Baby metal manufactured by child predators for a pedophile demographic. That is the question that Nate over here is posing. This is a clip from our Twitch live stream. So make sure you follow us on Twitch so you can be there for the live discussion and reactions. Let's check this out.
Oh yeah, bro,
We got
this
a
will
bombshell.
piss you off.
Dude, I'm livid and gross. This guy's just saying all baby metal fans are pedophiles. It was so bad because I watched this video before I went to practice, and I went into Guitar Center. I had a baby metal shirt on, and I went there and I felt uncomfortable wearing the baby metal shirt. That's how bad this video fucked with my head.
You can get in trouble. You can get sued for libel or defamation if you say so-and-so is a child molester.
He's talking about the band and saying pretty much that anybody that's a fan of baby metal is a bunch of pedophiles, pretty much.
That's such a strong thing to say as well, because like, you know, the actual people who do that shit are like pieces of shit, like for sure, you know.
And I go read the comments, and the comments are agreeing with him, but it was to the point where I was like, man, what if some random person sees me with a baby metal shirt, just like, oh, that guy's a disgusting pedophile. I felt really uncomfortable wearing a shirt where I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. Bullied so bad in a way, even though you weren't directly bullied, to the point where you're uncomfortable wearing a shirt or liking a band. Not like, it made even more sense why people just don't tell people about the music they like. It's just horrible. And I'm like, I really hate it that there's people out there that just automatically think if you like a band or an artist or a group, that automatically tells them what kind of person you are without actually meeting you. And I think that's what really bothers me about the video. That's the part that I'm just like so gross about.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but this dude just refused to acknowledge them as a metal band. He said, even though there's metal in the name, the band has nothing to do with metal.
It's got nothing to do with metal, even though metal's in the name. But I keep seeing them. I keep seeing the name. They play, oddly enough, like a lot of the same festivals that's in the orbit of the world that Spirit Adrift is in. So it's kind of unavoidable.
Do you not see these world-class musicians being a part of this?
He is just trying to be controversial.
I don't know if this person was trying to be controversial because it was a podcast and he didn't talk about it the entire time. He talked about it for a brief moment, put his little statement, and then just left it there.
He just wanted to create drama.
This actually felt like authentic. Even the last like baby metal hater that we reacted to that just didn't like the music.
This is bad. This may be the worst video that we have seen here on First Look.
I think he was trying to start drama, and then the backlash was so bad he took it down. That's what happened with that dude. It was just it was shocking that it actually made me feel that way, and I kind of wish I didn't watch it.
If you're going to say something, do it respectfully, because, you know, he did kind of call out people, hey, message me here, or email me at this email.
He did say that.
And talk about it with me, you know?
BigRiffEnergy@gmail.com. If you want to write me and tell me how wrong I am about this.
Oh, it says he actively removed comments that called him out.
If you did delete those comments, why? Why? Especially after you said, let's have a discussion about it.
Baby metal, you know, their music is geared more towards, you know, younger girls and getting them into metal and stuff like that. Even though they do have songs for everybody, it is kind of odd to see that their fan base is predominantly like older males. Like, not to make anybody feel bad, like, it's cool, like, we like baby metal too, you know?
Okay, from my perspective, I saw a variety of fans of every show. He's pretty much saying you're this person, you're that type of person.
Yeah
is what bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
his extreme side.
I agree that there is a dark side to the idol industry. Absolutely, there always is going to be, and I don't condone that at all. By liking a band, it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I'm all about the exploitation of kids. Like, that's just fucked. Like, well, how can you make that assumption?
BigRiffEnergy@gmail.com. If you want to write me and tell me how wrong I am about this.
We'll talk to you like this and tell you how wrong you are.
I'm going to encourage some people to reach out to me and explain themselves. But yeah, at first it kind of worked on me. I was like, I haven't heard this band. Sounds cool. And I would go and check it out. And I just started to realize there's no way on earth that a real human being would ever think to suggest something like this.
Maybe he's just trying to trigger us, but I really feel like he's serious. You wouldn't delete comments if he didn't mean what he's saying. Premises this conversation by saying, I'm going to ask questions so I don't get sued and stuff. I'm like, bro.
This is why I keep telling people, it's just like Baby Metal should just release an album of instrumentals just so the metal guys can get out of that mindset and, and they can hear the actual metal music coming through and then introduce them back with the vocals so that they're all like super metal songs. Like if you take out the vocals and they hear the music for what it is, like they'll realize,
And there's parts of this conversation, like I said, I agree. There's definitely people that are being exploited, but just to say that if you're a Baby Metal fan, you're the reason for exploiting children, that's just wrong.
Check out the 45-minute version over on our Patreon right now. It's the uncut, not safe for YouTube version of it. I did have to cut out a lot of things that are against YouTube guidelines from this video. Also, it helps to support us as part of our lowest tier on our Patreon. We appreciate any support we get. Thank you all so much.
And again, write me, bigriffenergy@gmail.com if you are a fan of the Japanese idol industry and the products that they crank out, and I'm wrong about this, and please correct me. I'm open to correction. I doubt anybody watching this gives a shit about the Japanese idol industry. I'll explain why you should here in a minute when I...
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think you ever
That
did.
is...
It doesn't help, too, like earlier in the morning, too, before I saw this video. I'm doing another channel with my best friend Joey, and we do commentary. We're going to release it in January, the channel, but we're doing commentary on this very awful video about this guy that was attempting to do something to an underage person, and he went to jail, and I was so pissed off in that video. Like, all I want to do is fucking strangle him and smash his face into the pavement. That's all I could think about. I got really angry. Unfortunately, I get really emotional about things.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys know. And it was like, oh! And then I see this afterwards, I'm like, oh! Like, so that very thing that I'm thinking about smashing into a pavement repeatedly, now I'm being accused of being that.
You're him.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I think it just put me in a really bad mood today. Like, it just fucked me with me a little differently. It's just,
Does it function as a conveyor belt that is fueled by child exploitation? That's the question that I find myself asking when I'm educating myself about this. Where does Baby Metal come into this? Normally I wouldn't want to discuss like pop culture novelty stuff on a show like this. The show's about big riffs and real art and, specifically
real art.
heavy stuff. And
Show's about real art, guys. Okay.
big riffs. Baby Metal has some of the biggest riffs I've ever heard. Rondo and Nightmare, Syncopation, some of the best riffs I've ever heard in my life.
real shit. And Baby Metal is really just like a pop culture, like anime fan base. It's got nothing to do with metal, even though metal's in the name. But I keep seeing them. I keep seeing the name. They play, oddly enough, like a lot of the same festivals that's in the orbit of the world that Spirit Adrift is in. So it's kind of unavoidable. And that's a testament to the power of the Japanese idol industry and their marketing. Most recently, they toured with Dethklok.
Now, I got to agree. There's definitely idol groups in the industry that are marketed a certain way for certain reasons. But Baby Metal's not it. I honestly think this is what the marketing tactic was for Baby Metal. I think what it was they wanted something to get kids into metal, right? And they knew that those kids would grow up. And when you grow up, you have those nostalgic feels of loving bands that you grew up with. It sticks with you, and that creates brand recognition, just like a lot of people love the famous artists from the 70s or 90s, 80s, and so on, right? We all have those artists that we remember from our childhood and that just still stick with us. For me, you always hear me mention is new metal, right? New metal is something I always go back and have something dear in my heart, and I'm going to show my kids and show a bunch of other people, and I think it's smart that they garnered a fan base at that young age because very impressionable, right? So I can see that aspect being true. Was it marketed to create pedophiles? Like, that's where it's like, what? Not everything is that sinister. I mean, some things are, and I'm sure there is something in the idol area where it is that sinister, but you can't just dub everything underneath that category, is what I'm saying. Yeah, or it could have been just, hey, this is a great idea. Let's mix pop with metal. It could have been just that. It could have been not even that calculated.
I realized that, God, this is such a depressing picture of where we have ended up as a civilization.
Jesus.
I saw Dethklok probably, I was still living in Arkansas, so it would have been before 2011. So I don't know, 2009, 10, somewhere around there. When I saw and I love Dethklok. I'll just throw this out there. I've loved that show Metalocalypse since the first season. Huge fan. Brendan Small is like one of the most underrated riff writers ever because of the context that he's working in. It's a cartoon.
This I agree with.
But God, that guy writes some fucking
awesome.
Incredible riffs. Obviously a creative genius.
I can't stand Dethklok.
Why? You're a hater.
I feel like if I watched the cartoon, it would have made more sense. Bro, when I was at the show, I felt like I was having fucking an epileptic seizure.
Well, forget about all that. Listen to the riffs too. You're doing the same thing he's doing.
Hold on, let me explain. You weren't there. You had to be there.
Okay.
Like I said, it made it very unenjoyable. But in New York, I enjoyed it way more because I was further away. Still not a fan though. It's just the same screaming style. Not about the riffs. Like if that was instrumental, I would enjoy it more. Because it's the same like. But also, I've never saw the cartoons the entire time. So I mean, yeah.
The cartoon definitely does make songs more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah.
You know.
I love Dethklok. When I saw them back in the day, God, one of those guys now. Let's see. It was High on Fire.
We know you're one of those guys.
High on Fire is 3 guys that started a band organically and wrote a bunch of cool songs and toured and totally organic. Real band.
Okay, anyways, in this part, he's just going to say how these are organic bands. They formed. They're people that met up, and that's how they were created. Essentially, everything's organic anyways. Even if it's a corporation that gets people together, you still got people together. You still have to... They have to organically like each other. Yep. It has to work in chemistry-wise. So what he's saying is that Sue had to meet Moa and Yui had to meet them all on their own. But what if that never happened? At least we were fortunate enough to have this corporation get these 3 together, and then luckily these 3 liked each other so much that they wanted to keep doing shows together.
They're
I think
in the same company, so it's the same thing. As if somebody's meeting somebody in school, or if somebody's meeting somebody in the office and wanted to start a band, it's the same shit.
Oh my God, visibility 0. Thank you. He said, yes, it's a cartoon band funded and established by a large TV entertainment corporation. Thank you. It's so organic. So organic. It is. And I still think it is organic. Dethklok is amazing concept. It is an amazing concept. I remember seeing clips when I was younger of the movie, the first movie, and I thought it was hilarious. Visibility. Yui and Moa did meet on their own. They literally tried out for SG together.
Wow.
I mean, that's not organic enough, all right?
It's not organic
A corporation produced them in a laboratory. They actually don't even have parents. Fun fact about BABYMETAL. They don't have parents. They were created in a lab, all right? So they have these machines, you know, the ones you see in the movies. And they took DNA by a bunch of little kids and stuff, and they put it in these tubes, and they grew these babies in test tubes, and that's how BABYMETAL was made. So that's why it feels it's not organic. BABYMETAL are the real life Powerpuff Girls. Yeah.
Fast forward to 2023, Dethklok goes on tour, and they take BABYMETAL. God, it's depressing. Right?
I agree, that's depressing. Those two should never have done a tour together. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 2 different demographics. They shouldn't have been together. There was fucking little kids there, and they're showing naked people fucking each other in cartoon form on the screen.
No way.
10 years and younger. Eric. Fire shitting out of their tits. Dick battles.
That's on the parents. That's not. You can't blame Dethklok for that.
Okay,
that's on the parents.
You're absolutely right. So what do you do with BABYMETAL headlines?
Look at all the other
you
bands.
only come in at headlining? Like you just wait until Dethklok's over?
Pretty much. You gotta do. You're a parent. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But what if the parent doesn't know who Dethklok is?
That's why you do your research.
Do the research. What if you see that BABYMETAL's on a show like this, right? And you're assuming as a parent, I know they shouldn't assume, but you would assume, oh, if it's BABYMETAL and they have these 2 other bands, it's going to be similar in style to BABYMETAL, so I shouldn't be expecting any pornographic cartoons, to be fair. Because most shows you go to, the bands match. Oh, this should be fine. Like, it's BABYMETAL. Like, there's probably going to have other PG bands there with them. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. They need to do the research, but if you're taking your kid to BABYMETAL, you're not going to be expecting pornographic cartoons on the screen. Especially if you don't know who Dethklok is at all.
True. I mean, but some parents are like that. Like, I saw a lot of kids at the Ghost concert. And Ghost is a very heavily satanic theatric band. Like...
But are they showing people fucking each other on stage?
But they're doing live satanic rituals!
That's okay.
This motherfucker.
What kind of rituals are we talking about here?
An actual black mass! Me as a Catholic, I just walked up, I'm like, all right, I'm out of here.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was actually the first band, Twin Temple, that did that.
Oh, shit.
And they actually did an actual ritual, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Oh, fuck. At least they're similar themed. What do you guys think? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments.
I mean, they might as well take In Sync or something. It's the same shit, okay?
Not even close!
He hasn't listened to BABYMETAL, obviously.
Yeah, he clearly did not.
You know what it is? He's one of those metalheads like, oh, I hear singing is In Sync.
I think people get thrown off by songs like, you know, Give Me Chocolate.
Hey,
and
first
stuff
off,
like
what's
that,
wrong with
so.
NSYNC?
Nothing. It's just very different from baby metal.
You know, I just sort of recently became aware of it. I was always vaguely aware of like that part of Japanese culture, you know, very young looking girls in skirts and shit. It sort of resembles like these creepy ass underage like.
Okay, there is one group I have to agree with him on, and that's AKB48. That is one very questionable idol group. Young girls in bikinis and like washing each other in bathtubs and stuff like that. That's, I mean, come on. What is that for? Like, really? Come on.
Yeah, they had a women director on that one. That was wild.
When somebody had us react to it, and then when we found out they were all like 14 and 12, I was like, that is fucked. I forgot about that. There was that video. We didn't even post a reaction. We were just like, no. This is where I absolutely agree with him. That's fucked up. But that's not the case with BABYMETAL. And this is how I know he didn't watch. This is how I know he hasn't seen any BABYMETAL videos or actually listened to him. There's just no way.
And plead a case to me about how you actually like their music or something and you're not just a pedophile. Because I have a hard time believing.
He wants us to explain how we like their music, and he wants us to defend ourselves and say how we are not a pedophile because he already has in his head that we are a pedophile.
Getting thrown into that category is a big fuck you.
Yeah, it is. That's a fuck you. Anyways, I think that's all we need to play. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
He repeats himself.
Stay awesome out there. Like who you want to like, you know. It's okay to be a fan of BABYMETAL or be a fan of Bandmate, be a fan of Maximum Hormone. It's okay to be a fan of NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or Dethklok or any band. It's okay. You don't have to be a satanic ritual person listening to Ghost. Like, you can listen to them and not give a fuck about what they're about. I like what the fuck you want to like. But like, you're not anything because you like a band. It's just you like the music, and that's why I like the music. And that's what I'm here for. And it's very sad when people just categorize you as a different type of person for the music you listen to. That's all I got to say about it. See you guys.